Your 20s are for exploration, your 30s are for growth, and your 40s, that's when reality really starts to hit hard, especially financially. If I can go back, there are a few things I'd do a little bit differently in my 20s and save myself a world of stress for now. But it's not too late to recover, and today I'm going to show you how to make better financial decisions at every stage of your life. Welcome back to Dynamics of the Dollar, your go-to channel for mastering your money and building a brighter financial future. Today, we're diving into the financial moves you should make in your 20s, your 30s, and your 40s, based on lessons that I've learned the hard way. These are my channel stats, and it's not crazy to say that these tips could potentially change your life. Also, shout out to that one teenager that's watching my videos. Leave a comment if that's you. Now, if you're ready to set yourself apart and avoid financial disasters, this one's for you. We'll start with the 20-year-olds. First of all, for those of you that are not in your 20s, do you ever look back and want to smack yourself for the stupid things that you've done with your money? No? Just me? Anyway, the decisions you make in your 20s are going to be the building blocks for you financially. And it's really easy to fall into the trap of thinking you have plenty of time. I know I did. I know. If I was in my 20s and some guy on the internet was telling me what to do with my money, I'd definitely ignore what he was saying, and I would probably click off this video. Now, if you're still here, there are some crucial financial moves I wish I had made it back in my 20s that you should probably take if you're still interested. One is to start investing early. Please. Nothing will make you richer than time. Compound interest is a game changer. If you start investing $100 a month, starting at the age of 22, and it grows 8% annually, you could have around $430,000 by the time you're 65. If you start 10 years later, that number drops to less than half of that. Avoid lifestyle inflation. This is most likely your biggest problem. You get a bit of a raise or minimum wage goes up and you high five yourself because you have a little bit of extra money to toss at whatever 20-year-olds buy now. You get tempted by designer clothes or the newest tech. These things, of course, will add up. Instead, I wish I had kept my expenses low and saved that extra income. But whatever, you're gonna do what you want, right? And number 3, learn to budget and build an emergency fund. Now, I'm pretty sure budgeting is not a young person's game. I wish I had set aside at least 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses back in the day. I would have saved myself from relying on credit cards during those unexpected expenses. No, those are the tips I give to my 20-year-olds. Now, move on to my fellow 30-year-olds. This is the time to grow and build on foundation that you built, but they can also feel like a decade of playing catch up. If you don't make the right moves in your 20s, you might find yourself juggling debt and responsibilities now, just like I did. My number one tip for my fellow 30-year-olds, paying off debt aggressively. I racked up credit card debt in my 20s, and now in my 30s, I had to use the snowball method to eliminate it. You can check out my last video about the snowball method that I used. Very effective, highly recommend it. It's in the description. If you're in the same boat, it's time to tackle high interest debt aggressively. Every dollar you save in interest can go toward investments or savings or your Amazon cart, whatever. Tip number 2, buy insurance. Not just for you, but for your family. Honestly, I didn't think too much about insurance in my 20s. And if I'm being honest, I think it's so dumb, as a whole, but it can be a lifesaver. Whether that's health, life, or disability insurance, protecting you, your family, and assets become crucial. Last year, my neighbor's house went up in flames, and insurance took care of his car, the entire remodel of his house, and that experience really just enlightened me. And number 3, maximizing retirement contributions. I understand how quickly time flies. If you're in your 30s and haven't maxed out your retirement accounts yet, start now. Increasing contributions even slightly can make a big difference down the road. I would personally recommend only looking for employment with companies that have some sort of match for retirement contributions. If you're in your 30s, drop a like for your boy. Now, for my 40-year-olds, guys, I'm on the way. This is the decade. I'm halfway through this decade. Oh, I'm gonna be 40. The good news, if you've made mistakes in your 20s and 30s, it's not too late to recover in your 40s. This could be the decade to course correct and build wealth for the future. Focus on catch-up contributions. Retirement accounts like your TFSA or RRSP allow catch-up contributions once you hit a certain limit. Use this to your advantage and max it out as much as you can. Number 2, you might want to shift to less risky investments. In your 40s, it's time to rebalance your portfolio. You really want to just protect what you've built so far while still growing. Moving some investments towards bonds or safer assets can definitely help. And lastly is plan for the future, retirement and beyond. It's crucial to start planning your retirement strategy in detail. Figure out how much you'll need, where you'll live, and whether you'll continue working in some capacity. Now is also the time to consider estate planning to ensure your assets are properly taken care of. So here's the truth. Every decade, every year, every day gives you a new chance to build wealth no matter where you started. The decision you make today, whether you're in your 20s, 30s, or 40s, will determine your financial freedom down the road. The key is to start, no matter what age you are. Every stage of life comes with its own financial challenges and opportunities, and I know what you're thinking.
I'll start later.
No, start right now. The sooner you start, the easier it becomes. Now, I've heard your feedback about my videos. The good news is that there's going to be some changes in the next little while. This green screen, for example, I know it's got to go. Oh, a little bit of a life update. My wife and I are moving soon, and this is going to be my fourth last video that will be recorded on this screen. I promise upgrades, no more green screen. I'm gonna have a nice little studio behind me. So the countdown begins. Subscribe, it helps more than you know, and I'll see you in this video that YouTube thinks you're gonna like. Talk to you later.